All right, so everybody's calling in the game now. So we're moving to the third game. Again, this is a third game between Deadpan Gaming and JWF. So it's a bit of wonderful tonight. Actually, it's been very, very action packed. You can barely even say, you can barely even tell who is going to win the series. They're just evenly matched, you know. No, one team, for time to time you would think that maybe one team is like getting ahead of one another, but it's just, it's a ping pong series. So right now we're not sitting at the decide what they call this decision match,
Yeah, the deciding match right now.
deciding match. We're moving into the deciding match, and of course, with the draft analysis with me will be Coach Dota to guide us through the draft.
All right, so are you sticking for the rest of the game now?
I am.
All right, so back with the dynamic duo. I missed you, Coach Dota with Salamene right now. Okay, first bans are coming in right now. For Jonas with Friends, they ban out Razor immediately. Yeah, they actually went against a pretty formidable Razor from Deadpan Gaming in the first game. So they take that out. Now Deadpan, okay, being a bit more wise right now, ban out the Lycan. Yeah, Lycan is first ban for a reason. So it's a good idea to take out Lycan. Jonas with Friends, take out Doom. Okay, pretty standard. Good single hero shutdown. Actually has the ability to farm and snowball early on because of that Devar. And pretty good hero overall. And Deadpan Gaming, yeah, take out the big team fight carry, the Faceless Void. So pretty much standard bans from both teams. So let's see where the first pick goes and how it dictates the match. First pick goes to Jonas with Friends with a back-to-back pick going to Deadpan Gaming. Right now available are Invoker, of course. Jonas with Friends still have the Invoker option for Scrub Dota, but might want to go for an alternate route this time because the surprise factor is already gone. Deadpan Gaming might have a better counter for the Invoker, but yeah, Death Prophet, Shadow Shaman are available. So Death Prophet is picked up by Jonas with Friends, just as I was saying it, or I was actually a bit late. So Death Prophet, yeah, the best pushing hero after Lycan, of course, because Lycan is very formidable and taking down towers early on. But I would have to say that Death Prophet actually scales better towards the late game than Lycan, because um, Death Prophet is a lot harder to deal with when she has the max level of Exorcism Spirits up. I think it deals a lot more damage, and because Death Prophet is built to be tanky, um, yeah, it's a bit harder to kill Death Prophet, who's properly leveled, and the silence just deals is just so useful in team fights. But right now, Deadpan Gaming, okay, they pick up Skywrath Mage and they pick up Viper. So Skywrath Mage, the best support in the game right now, picked in 3 out of 3 of the matches today. So very good pick for Deadpan Gaming. Even earlier on, yeah, before I would disagree that Skywrath Mage should be picked first. I didn't think that a support should be a first pick, but yeah, the usefulness of Skywrath Mage is something that shouldn't be ignored. And yeah, I would say that it's a good first pick, even if it's not really a core. You don't really build around Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage can easily adapt around anyone else, so it's an okay first pick, Skywrath Mage. And followed immediately by the Viper. Viper, one of the deadliest solo lane heroes, and maybe even deadlier if you put him in a tri lane. Can easily farm very quickly due to the added damage of the Nether Toxin. So, good early mech carrier, I would suppose. Not really as good as the others because Viper has a limited mana pool, but is able to farm that mech early. So, yeah, is useful in that regard. Jonas with Friends, pick up the Tide Hunter. So, team fight hero, yeah, Tide Hunter with the Death Prophet, and if you're caught in that area, fighting against a Death Prophet with Exorcism up, then it's gonna be bad news for you. Even if you have Viper or Skywrath Mage, you know, Death Prophet is just so tanky, might be able to survive that. And if you're not going to, if you don't out DPS the Death Prophet, then the Death Prophet is gonna take you down and gonna take down a tower along with you guys. So Death Prophet, yeah, can easily win a war of attrition. But yeah, let's take a look at the second round of bans. Deadpan Gaming, of course, ban out the Shadow Shaman. Yeah, you don't. Okay, you don't want to allow the Death Prophet and Shadow Shaman to be in the same team. That guarantees that towers are gonna fall left and right. So yeah, pretty much a good ban from Deadpan Gaming. Jonas with friends ban out Earthshaker. Yeah, Earthshaker is a good team fight hero. Actually, Deadpan Gaming had the Earthshaker earlier on from Papa Pao. Yeah, so they'd want to take that out because they know Earthshaker is very well played in the hands of Deadpan Gaming. But they ban out Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit rather. This is kind of unusual because Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit, yeah, Ember Spirit is kind of good in the late game, good in dealing with creeps. If you have a Nature's Prophet, yeah, I would get it. If you have sort of summon oriented lineup, then Ember Spirit is a hero to deal with that. But Ember Spirit against Death Prophet and Tide Hunter, Death Prophet deals physical damage. So yeah, the Ember Spirit shield, Ember Guard, what's that? Flame Shield,
Flame Guard, Flame Guard.
Flame Guard. There we go. It's not really gonna help against the Death Prophet, but nonetheless, they take Ember Spirit down. Can anyone in the chat help me out right now? What does the Ember Spirit do exactly against the Death Prophet and the Tide Hunter so far? But we might see a bit of a revelation as the picks come out. Deadpan Gaming, however, yeah, they ban out the Ancient Apparition in that as the last ban in that previous round. So Ancient Apparition, just very useful, global abilities, and very good in the tri lane. So they take that out. They actually could have picked up the Ancient Apparition themselves because the Ancient Apparition does stop the Death Prophet regeneration from happening at the end of the exorcism, so might be of value to them. And also is perfect in that tri lane. You know, if you tri lane Viper with Skywrath Mage with Ancient Apparition, ranged heroes with a couple of slows and lots of right click damage, then it's gonna be a good tri lane for them. So curious as to why they didn't pick that up and ban that out instead. But either way, they ban it and they pick up the Wraith King. Alright, so earlier on in the previous match, it was Jonas with friends with the Wraith King. Now it's Deadpan's turn. Skywrath Mage with the Wraith King and the Viper. Yeah, pretty devastating tri lane. It was actually Jonas with friends who had the Skywrath Mage Wraith King previously. So yeah, probably one of the best ganking combos in this game. Wraith King, yeah, good support, can transition into a carry if needed, but most importantly, doesn't really feed gold too much because he's naturally tanky and he has that reincarnation. So gonna take twice to take down the Wraith King. You have to take them down twice, and even then, it might not be worth the effort because the reincarnation just gives you a hard time because of that slow. So yeah, Wraith King is a good support that doesn't feed gold to your opponents. Yeah. So Deadpan Gaming pick up the Invoker. Yeah, Invoker's picked 3 out of 3 games right now in our series as well. Along with the Skywrath Mage. Deadpan Gaming, then Jonas with friends, and now back to Deadpan Gaming. So maybe it's the Invoker and Skywrath Mage that wins the games. Let's see. But yeah, a Silencer ban, you'd want to protect your Skywrath Mage and Invoker. So they ban out the Silencer, and the last ban is gonna go out for Jonas with friends. Let's see what they pick. They still have reserve time, so that's quite a bit of time. But Jonas with friends did pick the Witch Doctor and Lich. Okay, so these are big damage bouncing ultimates. Would have gone well with the Faceless Void actually, but with the Tide Hunter, would be okay, I guess, with good positioning. But the Tide Hunter Ravage is only around 2 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds at level 1 and 2.77 seconds at level 3. So yeah, you won't be able to maximize the Death Ward and the Chain Frost as much as you would with the Death Prophet. But it should be okay. The principle is there. You force out big team fights. You force out the taking them out as a group with the Exorcism Spirits. You know, if you don't defend against the Death Prophet, you're gonna lose a tower, maybe even 2. Actually, you can depending on her level. If Death Prophet has level 11, she can take down a tier 1 and tier 2 tower consecutively. So yeah, if you don't defend against that, it would be bad for you. And if you do defend against that, then you'd have to deal with the Tidehunter, Witch Doctor, and Lich. So, good idea with their drafting. That would be their idea. But right now, the last ban's gonna come in, Batrider. Yeah, Batrider hasn't been banned in the previous 2 games, so Batrider's gonna be banned out right now. Yeah, I guess you don't want your Death Prophet to be taken out before the team fight even begins, because yeah, you're gonna depend on that Death Prophet. If you don't have the Death Prophet, then there's really no reason for you to team fight. Even if you win a team fight, you're not gonna be able to do anything after that with the Tidehunter, Witch Doctor, and Lich, unless you have something like a Naga Siren, which can also take down towers, or big right click carry. So Batrider, good ban right there from Jonas with Friends. That would be their idea. But right now, the last 10 seconds of the reserve time going in for Deadpan Gaming, and they pick up Centaur Warrunner. Okay, so earlier on, it was the Skywrath Mage, Wraith King, Invoker, and Centaur Warrunner in the hands of Jonas with Friends. The only hero that was changed in this lineup was Lycan, and it was substituted for Viper. But yeah, pretty similar lineup to Jonas with Friends. 4 out of 5 heroes the same. So let's see how they execute this. Maybe it's the lineup really that wins the game and not the team. But we'll have to see. Is it the team? Is it the heroes? Is it the execution? We'll have to see. Jonas with Friends has their last 30 seconds-ish to pick up their last hero, and they should see. They probably know that, hey guys, this is our lineup earlier on. But Meepo, okay. So Meepo, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, going with the Meepo. This is going to be a bit unprecedented for our series, actually. So this is going to be entertaining. We have an Invoker and Meepo on opposing sides. So this might be an interesting match. Yeah, a while ago I said that a team fight is not going to be helpful if you lose your Death Prophet early on, because you need to have a follow-up, and Meepo is just the follow-up that you need. 5 heroes attacking a tower is actually quite devastating. You can count on the Meepo to take down towers even on his own. It's not actually on his own, because Meepo is always 5. So 5 of Meepo.
Yeah.
Okay, so
With
Meepo
itself. Well, technically, it's still on its own because it's him, it's himself. But I don't know, I get your point. It's Meepo, it's a complicated picture. Okay, so moving into the game, I think we just have, it's an obligatory pause. I don't know why we always have to pause. It's a thing, right? Even if we play in the pubs, you always get like a pause, But anyway, so can you hear me, Coach?
yeah, a bit choppy, but okay now, I guess.
Okay, so we're moving into the third game again. This is Deadpan Gaming versus Jonas and Friends. The original match scheduled for tonight was Ganja versus Deadpan Gaming, but unfortunately Ganja wasn't able to show up. So thankfully for everyone who's watching the stream and everyone who will be watching this on VOD, Jonas with Friends was available for a short notice match. And actually, Jonas with Friends actually did speak to me like last week, saying that, hey, if you ever run out of any other teams and we're online, and they could actually fill in for you. So wonderful wonderful team and generosity there from Jonas with Friends. Anyway, so we are now moving into game 3. The first game was taken by Deadpan Gaming, the second obviously by Jonas with Friends, and finally the game 3 will be against these two games. Between these two teams in their starting positions. Okay, so shout out to Ray and Jed, to Ray, Ken, Jed, and Coco. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Gilo and Japo, because Deadpan Gaming loves you guys so much. All right, so shout out to everyone there. Shout out to Jonas with Friends. Apparently, they have a sponsor. It's called NDG. So shout out to NDG for sponsoring Jonas with Friends in their endeavor for esports. All right, so going back to the introductions, we have Papa on the Sky, Mage Doom on the Viper, Invoker on the Invoker played by Z, Boss T playing as the Wraith King, and Sneaky playing as the Centaur Warrunner. It seems like Deadpan Gaming is going to throw Jonas with Friends, a taste of their own medicine from last game. Meanwhile, for Jonas with Friends, we have the Giver playing as the Witch Doctor, Star-Lord playing as the Tidehunter, Infinity playing as Lich, Scrub Dora playing as the Death Prophet and One Down playing as the fancy Meepo. So it's going to be the last game for tonight, the deciding match between Jonas with Friends and Deadpan Gaming. Okay, so last shout out there for Best Friend Plank, for whoever you are, for flying. How can I say this? For flying the career?
For
I don't know what they
upping
mean
the
by that.
career.
Yeah, upping career. So before we go into the naming analysis by Coach Dora, we see Smoke Gang coming in from Deadpan Gaming. They have actually absolutely a lot of skills coming in their way. They're looking for Meeple perhaps because they know that it's going to be a safe lane. Papa throwing the concussive shot, but the Wraith King and everybody else is out of position. Poison attack there, MF2 is up and running. So this is going to be, that might be a first blood. Boss stays in danger of dying. They're throwing in the auto attacks there. Meepo actually wanted to go for a pull for the magic damage, but they do get the first blood there. I actually almost forgot. Forgot to take note of the time. At the negative 2-second mark, they're able to get the first blood on top of the Meepo. So wonderful gang there. I think it was well worth it because it was just the center Warrunner who did die for that exchange. It wasn't the Viper, it was the core. It wasn't the Skyrat. Well, actually, besides the Viper, everybody could die, but you get the point. Okay, now moving to the laning analysis, we have Coach Dora.
Alright, so as predicted, we're gonna have the Deadly Tri-Lane, the the Skyrath Mage, the Wraith King, and the Viper. Let's see if the Wraith King decides to rotate after he heals up in the fountain. But yeah, the Viper actually deals quite a lot of right-click damage with a Nether Toxin. Probably won't need to level up his corrosive skin because he's dealing with melee lane, the Meepo. So I might want to go big damage with the Nether Toxin instead. Yeah, but when you're going against a Skyrath Mage and the Wraith King, you know, you're not really guaranteed to any safety at all. Any misstep, any mispositioning, you can easily get taken down by the Viper and the Skyrath Mage is slow, followed up with the Wraith King stun, of course. So it's gonna be a bit of pressure for Jonas with Friends right now. Let's take a look at the mid lane. It's Death Prophet versus Invoker. Pretty much standard mid heroes. The Exhort build going up for Z. A while ago, yeah. At the first game, it was also Z on the Invoker, also with the Exhort build, but went for the Midas and the Blink instead of the Zoo build actually. But they won. Previously, in the last game, I would say it was a very much more effective Invoker played by Scrub Dota, but Scrub Dota instead of the Exhort went for the Quas Wex build, so teamfight oriented, yeah. But in this matchup, more last hits coming in for Death Prophet, 12-6 on double right now, so much more effective last hitting from the Death Prophet actually. So if the Death Prophet wins this lane, might be a bit of trouble for the Invoker, especially because the Death Prophet can easily transition into a tower push earlier on if there's no one to defend this middle lane. Tri-lane on top, the Witch Doctor is gonna spot out a regen rune.
Oh wait, hang on, Tidehunter was able to pick up the tech Warrunner. I don't know how he was able to do it, but he just chased him down, and before he was able to hide in the tree line, he was taken out with the Tidehunter. I mean, Centaur Warrunner was taken out with Tidehunter. Okay, from now on, I'm just gonna call him Centaur. Now, the Wraith King is going for the Lich, but with the poison attack and concept shot coming in for Skyrath Lich. This Lich is going down. The Witch Doctor was just way behind. He couldn't throw in the casks to save his teammate. Meepo is now level 3. He has the first clone, so he could actually start swapping himself out in the lanes, you know, just to sustain himself and to give him that durability.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you get caught out of position even just a bit, then you're really gonna die against this tri-lane. You know, the Viper slow is very unforgiving. 20% movement slow. That translates into about 60 movement, and with the Viper boots, yeah, you're gonna get slowed indefinitely. And the Wraith King, stun and slow, of course, one of the best single target spells in the game, I would say, because it's a 2-second stun followed by a 2-second slow. And that slow stacks with the Viper slow and stacks with the Skyrath Mage slow. So it's quite a lot of you not being able to do anything, especially in this early game. Right now, if we take a look at the mid, again, this Death Prophet is really just dominating. Okay, so Skyrath Mage...
Okay. So
killed
Just now,
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter, yeah, I think Tidehunter tried to chase the center down once again, but this time the Scarlet Mage was around, so there's additional damage that the center cannot take. So wonderful rotation there for the Scarlet Mage. So we keep missing this out because the bottom lane is, whenever the Tidehunter and the center actually start engaging with each other, it doesn't really like. It's hard to tell if if somebody's about to die because there's so much HP. That needs to be traded.
Yeah, but the Tidehunter should
Oh,
win.
hang on. The top lane, we see an engagement there, and Witch Doctor actually died to the auto attacks, and Viper does take him off in exchange for the Wraith King. So yeah, so it's a Viper getting a kill, and Meepo getting a kill as well. So Tidehunter, wow, successfully getting the kill on the center once again. So I don't know what's up with the center, but as a general rule, don't try to engage on top of try to get a last hit on top of a Tidehunter who gets like an anchor smash. So coach, it's something it's like a thing. It's like a pattern between with heroes that sacrifice their HP. Like Centaur or Pudge. Whenever they have to, these heroes, they are very dependent. They're only effective against heroes that have less HP than them. Anyway, at the middle lane, we see Scrubdora maybe getting picked off with the Cold Snap and the Wraith Fire Blast. And the auto attacks are coming in. The health was used. And indeed, the Death Prophet does fall to the Wraith King and the Invoke. So just purely auto attacks and simple continuous Wraith Fire Blast from the Wraith King there. Going back to what I was saying. Oh, wait, hang on. The bottom lane, we might actually see Center Warrunner getting the first successful one-on-one kill against a Tidehunter. Okay, so well played there. So going back to what I was saying, sorry if I'm just so long. Because we are getting continuous clashes now at the middle lane. We might see a team fight here with the Invoker and the Witch Doctor and the Death Prophet. So everybody disengages there. So yeah. Whew. Very, very action-packing. Picked up the Death Prophet getting used there. She doesn't have the exorcism yet, but she will be doing a gank on the top lane. It seems that the Deadpan gaming team knows here. Oh, Caroline and Cass coming in for the Witch Doctor, Arcane Seal from the SM to the Death Prophet, and the poison attack from the Viper is just going to fish off the Death Prophet. It's a gank that just turned bad. Last auto attack coming in from the Witch Doctor, but not going to find a hit on the Scarlet Mage. And Scarlet Mage will indeed survive that, even if the last hit did kick in, because he had help to sustain him during that fight. Now going back, cool. I hope I can finish it this time. So as I was saying, heroes who sacrifice their lives for damage are normally just effective against heroes who have less chunkier than them. So Centaur Warner might definitely have a harder time against like Tidehunter, who has more or less the same HP as him. Just now, just like what happened now, he throws in the double edge on the Tidehunter, sacrificing his HP. But the difference is this time he has one less skill to use, and Tidehunter has like a Ravish and a Gush at his disposal. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Coach, go back to you.
Yeah, so okay, let's look at the tale of the last hits right now. On top is the Death Prophet, 37, but the Death Prophet has already died 2 times, okay, due to ganking in the middle and a failed gank on top. But they take down this bottom tower. Pretty surprising. I was expecting the first tower to go down on top. The Death Prophet actually doesn't have the Exorcism up yet. Doing that no Exorcism build actually, so kind of amusing and not really my style. But yeah, it's not my game to play. These guys know what they're doing, so it's probably their best judgment. And okay, we have Stampede going on.
Yeah, I think they're trying to chase down. So
nothing.
Okay, I don't know what. Okay, you know what? Five bucks says that it was a misclick.
Misclick, yeah. No one was actually near anyone, but the top lane, no, the Witch Doctor's not gonna engage. They still don't have the level 6. So top of last hits, yeah, Meepo is second place. Next to the Death Prophet. Death Prophet 44, Meepo at 39. But the net worth, yeah, Meepo is on top because the Death Prophet actually died a few times. And then followed by the Viper. Viper actually got 3 kills. Yeah, so those 3 kills made a lot of difference for the Viper, even if he doesn't have as much last hits. But in terms of level, pretty much equal. The Amiibo should start getting more EXP right now because he has 2 clones, which will allow him to farm a lane and then also the jungle. Right now we do have a smoke.
We have a smoke coming in from the okay. So they do find Scarlet Mage here. Arcane Seal on the Lich, who actually has very low cooldown for this Frost Blast. So it's not going to be an easy. They won't be able to escape anyway because you still have the Witch Doctor to worry about the Lich. Let's just do all the attacks against the Scarlet Mage. It's not really that much.
Yeah, so score is 6-7, pretty close I would say. Top 2 net worth, however, is for Jonas with friends. Look at this. the Tidehunter has so much farm. He has he's tied with Viper pretty much in terms of net worth. I wonder why this is. And he went for a headrest. He's going for a mechanism instead of a blink, I suppose. He's not really participating in team fights yet. He's just staying in the bottom lane farming. So let's see where this goes for Tidehunter. He's almost level 11. And yeah, I don't think he's planning to join on team fights because he doesn't have a blink. But yeah, let's check the net worth right now. 10 minutes into the game, net worth is only 1,500 in favor of Jonas with friends. That's literally nothing. And that was EXP, sorry. And net worth around more than 2,000, around 3,000 in favor of Jonas with friends. Still by no means insurmountable. But yeah, it's kind of indicative of how this game is going so far. Even if Jonas with friends has one more death, I think the rotations are more efficient. The fact that the Tidehunter has been able to stay at the bottom lane all day long, and they've taken down this bottom tower, that's a bit of an advantage. So they have 1 tower advantage, and top tower might fall.
And actually, it seems fun to get uncontested there. King goes to initiate on top of that. Lich is still level 5 building. MF Doom throwing in the Viper Strike. Sunset going to find that hit on the Witch Doctor, so he will definitely be bogged down. Now, at the bottom lane, another push coming in from JWS is taking down the bottom tier 2 tower from Deadpan Gaming, and Meepo, well, Meepo is just nearing his after only 500 gold away. But I think it's going to go for the Blink Dagger based on his items. We're not seeing any item for the Meepo from the rear, so it's going to be okay. Hang on, Setter Warren just casted this ultimate for to disengage from the Tidehunter. Tidehunter doesn't have any blink. He's not going to be able to chase down the heroes, his quarry. So he is actually what do you call this? He's still like 1,150 gold away from the Blink Dagger. It's going to take some time.
Okay, but right now the Tidehunter has the mech, and he has 1,000 gold to spare, so he's actually pretty close right now to getting Blink Dagger, even if he went for the mech and the arcane boots before. So yeah, this Tidehunter very odd. 57 last hits. Not really the kind of Tidehunter you typically see farming cubes very efficiently.
Yeah, but it to do with the fact that he was actually what call this? He was against a melee hero.
Yeah, melee against melee, and I guess he had an advantage over the Centaur Warrunner because he has not only the Kraken Shell, he has the Anchor Smash, which takes away a lot of the damage of the Centaur Warrunner. Right now, Death Prophet does have the Exorcism. Let's see.
It's going to push. Yeah, ultimate coming in. The Tidehunter with the Ravage are going to take down the Wraith King. The Incarnation will get it almost immediately, but right smack in the middle of the Witch Doctor ultimate and the Chain Frost from the Lich. Just 3 heroes dropping just like that in a snap. So Meepo is now coming into the picture. He has the Aghanim Scepter. Didn't go for the blink at all. So yeah, it's going to be 2 towers. There's nobody. It's going to be until the center invoker comes in, and the Wraith King is not really that useful in these kinds of situations where the push advantage is definitely in favor of the other team. So yeah.
This Tidehunter is just stacking so much damage, but is cut out right now. He's not immune to magic damage, however. Has no mana for the mech actually. Quite unfortunate.
But he survived long enough for the Wraith for the teammate to take down the Wraith King. But now two other heroes fall for Jonas and friends, and now they're chasing down the Lich. So this would actually be a kill. Oh, Center Runner hesitates to go for the stun there, and well, the opportunity window just closes, and Lich Doctor, wow, Lich will be able to walk away from that last game.
That
so
sounds
well,
like
Meepos,
a scary hero, Lich Doctor.
yeah, Lich Doctor. It's like Lich will be casting his ultimate. He will be channeling a ward that throws chain frosts instead of auto attacks. Yeah. So it's going to become a revenge push coming in from Deadpan Gaming. GWF doesn't have anything that they can initiate upon this. He goes in for the stun, catches two heroes there, which Dr. also throws in the cast. He has no Maledict, but he might actually just settle for the auto attacks. Actually, indeed they do. Mechanism up on the Tidehunter, they get in cast. It's going to be probably a rotation to the top lane. Probably, but no, they actually just went for the rune. Did they? Oh, they checked for the rune. What? Okay, Death Prophet went to the top river, and then just went back to the middle lane. So I guess it's a little bit of miscommunication there. Exorcism was on a cooldown apparently, so there's going to be a push here in the middle lane, and they will probably rotate the top lane. Wonderful deny there from the Viper, just denying the sisters of the glory of gold.
Yeah, but right now, Death Prophet's moving to the top lane instead.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy push. So just two towers with this span of within a minute. And well, fortification was used. I don't know if it will be worth it. Center Warrior is still so far behind. He's going to decide to TP in, and well, Step Silence, Death Prophet. Sorry for that. Okay, ultimate coming in. Chain Cross from the Lich, just bouncing off everybody with Tidehunter support. Those getting casted on I think 4 heroes at least. Death Prophet was able to take down the Centaur there, but it wasn't a successful defense. And now Death Prophet just pulling in the heals on the Wraith King. Wraith King doesn't have his ultimate yet, and we see Scrubdora just chasing down the Wraith King. Another creep swarm will actually finish off. Frost Blast coming in from the Lich, just in case the Prophet auto attacks won't come in, and Wraith King is dead. Temporarily, I mean, it's Wraith King. This guy is defying both rules of reality and Dora. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so
anyway, going back, coach.
Yeah, big favorable exchanges for Jonas with friends. Easily getting themselves into position with the Ravage. This Tidehunter has a blink right now, but if you notice so far, for all the big Ravages he had, he just walks into the middle and casted that Ravage. And at that, look at the Meepo. The Meepo is at 9,000 gold. They're engaging without the Meepo, and the Meepo's just been farming all day long. Right now, however.
Yeah, it's going to engagement there. Efforts up and running once again. Which Doctor did fall. Was he able to cast his ultimate? No, it was actually 2 seconds from cooldown. So they were actually planning, they were banking that Witch Doctor will go away that ultimate. So 1-for-1 exchange so far, 2 supports down, and a pause coming in from Invoker. Okay, apparently it's a misclick, and apologies were thrown out from Deadpan Gaming. Going for the Ricky again. Scepter going to throw him out of position. He has the resurrection, however, so this might actually be a wonderful counter initiate. Center Warrior going in, however. But it's been a long day. Anyway, he wasn't able to take down Death Prophet and the Lich. The mechanism was popped before he was able to finish them off with the auto attack. Sunstrike coming in from Invoker. Wonderful evasion there from Infinity, but not going to be enough. Not going to be able to keep it safely in time. Now Tidehunter is getting auto attack so much. Wonderful creep swarm coming in from Death Prophet, taking down one hero 1-for-1 once again. But lots of fuels coming in from the Invoker and Death Prophet. TP coming in from the Death Prophet. Will she be able to escape? No. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, I think the tower was taken during that TP or something, because the Meepo is just in position at the bottom lane. I don't know what happened, but apparently the push at the bottom lane was just. It was actually was accelerating towards the tier 3 tower. If you look at the tower now at the bottom lane, the tower is it's around 2/3 already, more or less.
Yeah, they've been fighting all this time without the Meepo. So pretty much even exchanges, 3-4-3, 3-4-2. But at that, the Meepo wasn't there. The Meepo was always not there, always farming and just getting his items, doing objectives somewhere else. So I would say that as long as those exchanges are happening, it's going to be Jonas with friends that is going to come up on top. Right now, the big items on Meepo are the Aganims, the Blink, and the Boots of Travel. He already has the Boots of Travel and the Blink. Net worth 10,500 right now. Very, very commanding lead. Next, of course, is the Death Prophet still. And then followed by the Viper. Viper's the top farmer of Jonas with friends. But if we take a look at the items of the Viper, he only has the mech and the Sanj. He has how much gold right now? 327. So that Yasha is gonna take some time to build. And even then, I don't think that that's the best item for him to have right now. Because maybe he needs a bit more survivability in team fights. He doesn't really need that speed because he has the
ultimate getting casted here from the center and just closing the gap between them and JWF. But the Tidehunter Ravish and the Meepo Fools are just so much for Deadpan Gaming to handle. That Invoker will be forced to Ghost Walk out of this team fight, and Center War Runner just TP'd out to safety after a failed engagement. The biggest problem here for Deadpan Gaming is that they have no means to set the situation up for Viper. I mean, compared to how Tidehunter sets everybody up for the Meepo or for the Witch Doctor Ultimate or for the Lich Ultimate, that gaming is just lacking on the big Ultimates department. Yeah, it's going to, yeah. Okay, go on, coach.
Alright, so right now, the Meepo, takes the Aegis because they took down the Roshan right now. Oh, no. The Meepo is not going to take the Aegis. It's the Death Prophet, is it? Yeah, the Death Prophet. So the Meepo is going to die because he doesn't have the Aegis. So that's the second death of the Meepo. He was first blood earlier on, and because he hasn't been participating too much in team fights, he's only died once more after that, just now. He only has 2 kills. But yeah, still top of the net worth, followed by the Death Prophet and Tidehunter. Again, this Tidehunter is playing an amazing capacity for farming. He's gonna go for the Shivas next. Oh no, he has the plate mail, but he purchased a cloak. Maybe gonna just have a naked plate mail for now and move on into a Bible Insight against the Invoker and the Centaur Warrior AoEs and Skywrath, of course. So yeah, this is really looking to be Jonas with friends game. Let's check the net worth right now for both teams. At EXP 14,000 ahead, Jonas with friends, and net worth gold are around 15,000 also for Jonas with friends. Deadpan Gaming is in quite of a ditch right now. They need to get out of this, but how do you think they can do that? How do you think they can do that?
Okay, I don't know, I have no idea, because it's now another team fight is going in the way of Jonas with friends. Boss team just popped his ultimate for no reason at all, and Invoker is just caught on position center, getting silenced here, just walking right into the Witch Doctor ultimate, and the Wraith King just falls on the side with a Meepo there. So this Meepo is still full with mana. It's actually, he can actually re-engage once this Meat Dagger cools down. And now the Lich just throws in the Chain Frost of Invoker will be popped. That was what I was expecting. People just blinking in, just taking somebody out as soon as a Blink Dagger will be down. So this is supposed to be a push. And now Deadpan Gaming calls in the GG. Wow, okay, wonderful play. And Deadpan Gaming, one of our old teams, was actually had to concede to Jonas with friends for actually that review. So this is actually big. It means that we are our league is just growing so much with so many talents right now. And mind you, I'm reacting like this because Deadpan Gaming is really a hard team to beat. So wonderful they play there, wonderful matches there from both teams.
Yeah, so to recap, it was game 1. Game 1 was won by Deadpan Gaming. However, game 2, Jonas with friends made a strong comeback with a very, very strong Invoker play. And game 3, Jonas with friends just took the game execution-wise and a bit on the lineup. It was a bit on their favor because of the Tidehunter pick. But yeah, in the end, congratulations to Jonas with friends taking this series for tonight with a 2-1 score.